What I want to do today is to attach this CarPlay device to my motorcycle, and also this wireless charger from Quadlock. So let's get to it. What I need to do first is to uncover these plastic body parts, because I want to route the cables through there under the plastic to connect it to the battery. I want to exchange this Quadlock holder. This is the basic one. I get the wireless one, so that's what I will switch. And also the CarPlay display will be attached here to this GV bracket. As you can see, I got these crash bars here, so it's gonna be a bit more complicated, but it's not that bad. What you need to do is to loosen this bolt and undo this plastic cover. So what I need to do is to open the front compartment, loosen these bolts. It's, I think, 4 hex bolts. Yeah, one. Other side. Now there are some push pins back in here. Yeah, there are 4, 2 on both sides. So let's remove them. So yeah, these little ones. I can recommend buying some spare, because yeah, sometimes you just damage them. They are plastic, so they don't handle much force. Now on the other side, here is one. And the last one here. Now the plastic should be, yeah, you just put this away. Here is the compartment and the tank locking mechanism, and under this there is the air filter. Now we have to undo these plastic panels. So again, there is a hex bolt. One. And the panel just slides forward and a bit down, and now you can safely remove it. Yeah, it's more easier when you don't have the crash bars, but as you can see, that's not a problem. Now this body panel needs to be put down. So yeah, there's another hex bolt here. And also those plastic pins right here. One in the bottom. So now there is one more up here that you should loosen. One more bolt. So now when I push to the panel, there is a hook, yeah. So yeah, it's down. As you can see, there's this plastic part that holds on to the motorcycle. Now there is one more hex bolt here, so we should remove this, and then this panel should be ready to remove. Now it should be possible to remove this whole panel with the indicator, so watch out, there are cables fitted to it. You should be able to disconnect it. There is some connector underneath. So I think we should pull it a bit here and also here. Yeah, so you pull it on these places, and now it should be possible to remove the whole part. Again, a bit more complicated with the frame. As you can see, here are the connectors for indicators. Cool. As you can see, there are quite a lot of cables. This is not standard. These are the wires for my lightning here. But there is still enough space. Now I would like to remove this part, so I can route the cables to the battery. First I will probably undo the saddle, which is quite easier for me today because I had it already loosened. So I'll just remove it like this, but there are two screws holding it here, and if you unscrew them, it's quite easy to remove it. Well, as far as I remember, I should undo this bolt. There is the push pin, and maybe this body part. Let's see.
Actually, there are two body panels that you need to remove. The lower one is attached with two push pins, and after you remove them, you need to pull it towards you, and it comes off. And the second one, the upper right one, is bolted by three bolts, and when you remove them, it will easily come off.
The second one. You will usually do to remove this panel is also to undo this one, but I will skip that for today because I got it a bit easier. I already connected this magic box to the battery, so it's easier for me today to connect the accessories. But what you will need to do usually is to route the cables to the battery to get the power. And also find some cable to have it switched, because you don't want to drain your battery with accessories connected like all the time. This is why I have this bad boy here. This is called Thunderbox, and this unit recognizes when the bike is started, so it lets the power through. But when the bike is like turned off, the Thunderbox also turns off the power. So yeah, I don't like to mess with electrics, so this is much easier to use this one. So I will connect my accessories to this smart box. So what I'm gonna do here is to mount this bracket right here, probably a bit to the side, so the display will be centered somehow. I'll probably attach it like this. Well, I'm just trying how to set the display, and yeah, this bracket is, or this hinge is quite big and ugly, so first time I will probably set it like this. I don't want it to point downwards because I won't see the main display of the motorbike. What I'm gonna do is to route this cable through here. There is a bit of space, and that's what I already did on this side with the USB cable. So I'm gonna route it under here and around this part to the Thunderbox. This will fit right here. Great. Let's make it a bit loose so it has space to move. I will route it through this part, holding the indicator cables. Nice. Attach it to this metal frame because here there is enough space for my fingers, so the cable would be okay here. Okay, I zip tight the rest of the cable because I don't want to cut it. I'll probably attach it here. Yeah, there is enough space, so I will add a bit more to this cable mess. Okay, I hope some electrician won't kill me. Now time to add this charger. It's gonna be quite easy. You need to undo the existing quad lock and just replace it with the new one. I have the shock protection here for the phone, so it doesn't damage the camera. Your question might be why I want to use both the phone and the display here. Well, one reason is I just want to try how these displays are, if the cheap display will work flawlessly, if it's usable. And the second reason is I like to keep my iPhone stored in the front compartment when there is a bad weather, like heavy rain or when I'm in a dusty environment. I like to keep it safely here because my iPhone is much more expensive than this cheap display here. So yeah, that's my reason. So I just want to try it, how it will work. I will see if I will still need this one or not later. So the cable looked quite long on the first look, but it's rather not, so I routed it down here around the airbox, straight here. As you can see, there is still some left, but not that much, so I will enlarge this cable mess and attach it here. So now the cables are attached to that Thunderbox and not attached but connected to the Thunderbox. The cable nest is horrible here, but yeah, there is no other place where I would like to put them. So let's leave it this way and let's try it. Moment of truth. Okay. Looks like this one works. This one works too. now when you switch the bike, it will turn off in, I don't know, 5 seconds or so. Yeah, so this is how the Thunderbox works. It just turns off the power when you turn off the engine. So you got it like much more easier to install accessories. So both the charging and the display works. I attached my old phone because my quad lock case for iPhone is still on the way, so I tried it with my old phone. But yeah, works with both of them, so that's cool. Okay, so now when everything is connected, I fixed it on the place with the insulation tape. I don't think any professional would do it like this, but I did it like this last season and it survived the whole year, so I assume it will stay on place using this nice tape. So yeah, this is the nice cable nest, and now I will try to cover or put back all those panels on this side, and let's see how it looks, if it will fit under there or not. Let's start with this side panel. I didn't fully remove it, but I still removed some of those pins and bolts. So yeah, one pin goes right here, one bolt will go there, one more bolt here. Now the big one will come right here. So first let's connect those connectors. You have to be careful not to break anything, as there is quite a lot of plastic in here. And on this side you just push it back. Just need to fit it into the right position. Again, a bit more complicated thanks to the crash bars. It's made out of 2 parts, so you have to put them together. Okay, and as you can see, those cables are not really that big, so they fit nicely behind this side panel. The tricky part is up here, because I don't want to put the windshield down, so I just need to put it right into place. And yeah, with a little help of small screwdriver, I managed to fit it right back. Now the panel sits nicely on its place. So again, I have to screw it back with few bolts and those push pins. The only silver one was up here. You just leave this one for the last panel, but the others should be screwed together or hold together with those push pins. So one push pin goes right down here. One up here. There goes the push pin. Yeah, I was holding it together. And I think this is it for this part. Now I will also attach this air filter cover. It's 3 push pins here and 2 screws up there. So you just put it back, and you have to check if those cables I just put there aren't in the way, but this looks quite okay here. Time to put back the top part. Again, there is just plastic here, so be careful. You start in the front and slide it on the place, then you push here, and yeah, that's it. You fix it with 1 push pin here. Now the last panel is left. You need to slide it with these plastic hooks, and there's also one at the bottom, so let me put it here. First the top ones, and then the bottom one. Yeah, and now it fits nicely, so let's just screw it back. This is how it's done. So all the side panels are now back. And now let's just put back this cover. And just put it back here. And again, 4 bolts, 4 push pins, and you put them all back in place. These plastic parts should go right under those side panels, and now everything fits like as it should. Now 4 bolts back here. And it's done. Now the last thing that is missing is the seat, so I'll put it also back. This one is pretty easy. You just slide it in here. Now put 1 M10 bolt here, 1 here, fasten it, and that's it. Now it's all done. So the quad lock holder is in here. The cable, I left it loose a bit so it won't get stuck somewhere. And there is the display. I will definitely exchange this holder for something nicer. I hope my friend with 3D printer will help with that. Now I will start the bike to show you how the Thunderbox device works. So I will turn the bike on, start the engine, and after a few seconds it should start all the connected devices. Now I turn the engine off, and in a few seconds all the accessories again should go off.